So one thing I've actually noticed is on a lot of my non-free-to-play accounts, I've kind of just completely forgotten about monthly events. What about you guys? What's up? Barry Gaming here, back with some more old school Idle Heroes in a way, because yeah, we do some of these here and there. I still have to do a bunch of these different things. Super Wishing Fountain seems like one of the ones that's really good to do because of the updated rewards, but Broken Spaces is honestly one I can admit I've missed a couple months here and there and just completely forgot. So I figured it would be actually fun to go back to where this channel originated with a little bit of throwback fun with a little bit of added juice to it. So we're going to be making a cheese lineup. I'm sure some of you guys already know where we're going. I'm sure the thumbnail actually probably spoiled it. But we need to go back to something that started this channel. Yes, something that we originated on was this lineup right here, guys. This was what I lived for. This with E5 Heroes was the peak of Idle Heroes back in 2018, 2019. It was the best boss damage dealing team by far. Like, it wasn't even close. And you might be wondering why I'm even putting this hero in right here, a Deathsworn. Well, because we even used Phoenix after it came out, this Unstoppable Flames was very useful because you just needed a 6-star version. It just died, and when the hero dies, it burns all the enemies. And you know why that's good? Well, that's because we have a Phoenix as our monster here. Even back in the day we had it, and we're gonna throw some gear on these heroes. Now granted, the setup we're gonna do is of course mainly one Antlers cane, I think, because in order to do that properly, we're going to need a lot of demon bells, because as we know, we want to get as many actives as possible. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. I don't necessarily know, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. With a Scary at this level here, he deals damage to all enemies and tags them with a lightning mark. Of course, that increases the skill damage. But the basic attack did the same thing too. And I don't know what the difference... Oh, this one basically only tags a target. I don't know. I actually can't remember how the basic version works. Of course, when you got to E5 and everything, that was cool and all. It's interesting. Oh yeah, by the way, 30 million attack. Just casual 30 million attack on a 5-star level 100 hero with 2.8 billion HP. But yeah, maybe just going for the Demon Bell strategy is probably going to be the play here. That way we're just getting actives every single turn on every hero, and we have one of them stacking an insane amount of damage. We have Heart Watcher, of course, for stacking that Mind Torture, that Watcher mark. And of course, we need a burn to really get the best bang for our buck, and the Deathsworn should survive most of this with the power that we have. So let's jump right into it. We do have an aura. Yeah, that's cool. Great. Back in the day, we would not have had an aura, I guess, so that's kind of cheating. But even our 5-star heroes, I think, are going to put some work in here. And of course, I had to use the Jurassic skin. Okay, the Heart Watcher. The Heart Watcher one-tap the first wave. That is a pretty good sign to start this off, that we don't even need hits. Heart Watcher already doing tons of damage. The Scaries, let's see, starting to get their hits in. I like it. Even the Deathsworn giving some pretty good damage. Let's see how well a 30 million attack Scary army actually works. Now, oh wait, hold on. I just thought of it. Wait a minute. Hold on. We need to get game sounds on. I don't know how many of you guys actually play with game sounds. You gotta love that noise as a Scary fan from back in the day. It was just so good. The Scary lasers. I love it. I love it so much. I never ever play with audio in game anymore, but back in the day I used to, and I used it because of Scaries, because the whoosh, the just giant attacks. Oh my gosh, do I love it. Now I don't know which position. I need to look to see where our Antlers Cane Scary is. I'll be able to find out in round 2. Oh, he is up the top. Okay, cool. Oh, CC is actually going to play a little bit of a role here for us, I guess. That kind of sucks, but zip zap zipping them, which is cool. And yeah, the last one is going to start ramping up pretty big here. Remember, Stage 7 is all we used to have. Actually, back when we used to play, Stage 3 was all we had, but it was a completely different Stage 1, 2, and 3 than what you guys know now. Stage 1, 2, and 3 used to be completely different, but oh my gosh, the scary lasers are so nostalgic. This is what I lived for back in the day. Boss battles with a scary army was peak damage. You literally could not out damage them until like things like Drake came out and these other heroes came out. It was just insane. And this right here, even after everything was reworked in Broken Spaces, was the pinnacle of Broken Spaces. Honestly, by the time this came out, I don't know if scary armies were still even worthwhile, but you can see how much damage they pump out. It is absolutely crazy. And honestly, the survivability of these heroes is very good, that I think we might go pretty far. Man, not even the last scary had the biggest damage numbers, probably because of crit chance and things like that. But if you guys didn't know, the scary marks stack up, so you do increasing amounts of damage on subsequent attacks, which is pretty insane. Now, there are some scaries here, or so there's a carry here, which is going to mess up our scaries, but I don't think enough that we're going to matter too much. As this battle goes on, we're going to stack more and more damage, and you can already see those HP bars are moving on the enemies, and they're just going to continue to ramp up further and further. It almost makes me wonder if this team would work just fine with a bunch of Antlers Canes and no energy feed whatsoever. Because again, their basic attack does a lot of damage too. And yeah, you can see those marks just swirling around the boss going. They can't get rid of those marks, so our health seems perfectly fine. No issues at all. And in reality, we are getting really close to killing this carry at the end of this battle here. Next active skill might actually take him out right here. Oh, carry actually dodged that one, I think. Round 15, let's see what happens. Are we going to have some energy here? We do on the last one, maybe? Nope. Oh, Carrie dodged it again. Not nice. Come on, Carrie. What are you doing? But yeah, you can see that damage really ramping up. And you can see the ones that go later in the round just do more and more damage, which is so sick. We can get this one in here. This one should go probably just as long, because killing a Tara with this much HP... it doesn't matter, because we don't do single target damage. We do AoE damage, and that time the first one did more. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky, because there is defense down from the Drake, and this might be the point where things go a little sideways here. We'll have to see how this turns out. I don't know if we can survive the defense down. Granted, we have a crazy amount of HP, and between the shielding and healing from the Phoenix, I think it might be enough that defense down at this point does not matter. I don't know how much damage the Russell's going to do. Not even enough to move the shield bar. That is pretty insane. You gotta remember, all of these 5-star heroes have like 2.6 billion HP, an insane amount of like 30 million attack at this point. Not even counting the buffs you get from the monster once we jump into combat, which are mostly fixed attack. But yeah, this is pretty interesting, I'd say. This is utter destruction. And yeah, we're getting, on this wave, we're getting active skills every single round. It does not matter. And yeah, the shield bars are not moving. And this should be an easy one-tap. Surprisingly easier than the past wave because of the carry draining that energy. We didn't get all the active skills off. Probably going to win it this round right here. Just absolutely crushing Broken Spaces, difficulty 9. Now, 10 and 11 are really when things ramped up previously, but this was all before Grimoire came out and everything, so to be honest, I think this team actually has a chance. That is a lot of damage coming out, though, and a lot of CC. Granted, our Phoenix, because we have the upgrade Phoenix, might be enough survivability to make a team like this actually survive. Now, damage-wise is definitely a struggle, because, again, this is where we really bumped up the amount of HP the bosses had and everything, and I don't know with the added CC how this is going to go. Now, the Deathsworn did go down. That's not horrible, because, of course, the Deathsworn is still going to leave that burning dot, but it does mean less actives. Oh, I wonder how many attempts we're going to have to do to brute force this down. This looks like a 1% type of hit right here. Like, not even kidding, not even close to doing enough damage. Like, I don't see the enemy HP bars even budging one bit. Granted, the Phoenix is all the support we need to keep our heroes alive, which is cool, but we have no purifies. We don't have anything. The Phoenix, again, is literally, quite literally keeping us alive. And this is going to be the question. How many attacks does it take to actually clear this out with this army? We still did a respectable amount of damage here, but that damage equals not even 1%. So we have 2868. I hope I'm not throwing all this away. 2868. We are going to go down to, oh lord, this is going to probably think for quite a bit of time. 2868. Oh no, this is taking so many attempts. Did I just burn every single one of them? Let's find out. No, okay, so that literally took 440-ish roughly to get that one done. Let's see how this one is, because sometimes that was actually the harder fight. If you can survive the damage on this one, it's not. Okay. I don't think I dare smash this one. I really don't think so. I don't even think this many would be enough to get this one down, just because of 4Cs. 4Cs. The previous hero to 2Cs Lagos. Yeah, this is bad. This is so bad. There's no way. Literally, it's like our Phoenix damage at this point is the only thing that would happen, and that HP bar is not going to move. So as fun as that was, even with these overpowered leveled heroes, maybe if we took them up to like E5, there would be a chance. But this type of stat simply is not enough. So let me know what you guys think. A little bit of throwback. You guys know I'm going through this nostalgia kick with Idle Heroes, and we're gonna have a lot of fun old school content coming up as well. I can't wait to do it. Hopefully you guys join in on the ride. I'm gonna be doing them on brand new servers so you guys can play along with us, and I'll see you guys next time.